we want to talk about a lesson entitled Embracing the Good. And through this teaching, we've come to know that there is good everywhere and in all things. And our work as students, true students here, is to see that good and embrace it. Sometimes the good will just be on the surface, very visible to our eyes. Sometimes it's hidden in crevices, in situations. But our work is to always see that good, look for it, seek and you will find. So that's the title we want to discuss a little today. And after the lesson, we want to hear from you how you are practicing seeing the good in all situations. So embracing the good. Good evening once again. I'm glad to be here with you today. And I find it fascinating that we often look at different deities, powers, principalities for solutions, for guidance, for direction outside of ourselves. When we know that everything that we need, we often say that anything we need for life and godliness is within here. But we find when we are in situations, we go outside of ourselves. We go out to places that we can't even discuss with the next person because we think that there is power in those things. Meanwhile, this teaching and what we have observed is that we have been created full, complete, whole, with all the power that the universe has, the God has. We can manifest those powers. But what is the essence of this class, is this teaching, this gathering, is to remind us of who we are, to remind you of who you are connected to remind you of the deposit of the divine that is within you, that you can tap into in any situation. So, but in our teaching, we understand that the presence of the divine is in us, all around us, in everything we see and we imagine. And that's why sometimes the simplest of solutions can come from just walking in the park. Healings can occur by just walking your dog. Insight into great things can just happen by the simple things. It could be in smiling at someone and the person smiles back and the weight lifts off your shoulder. That is the divine in operation. It's always working. Remember, it does not sleep, it does not slumber. So this is just to tell you that the divine is in you, is in me, all around, is in the dog, is in the flowers, is in every and all things. And not just that it's in everything. Anywhere the divine is, it's complete, it's full. So, and we say often that we live in this, we move in it, and we have a being in it, always. Again, we're talking about seeing the good in all situations, and this is the background. If the divine is in everything, just picture it, in that situation when things are bad. I know it does not really make common sense to say this is the divine, but in this teaching, we are bringing it to us to know that that is the divine. And it takes a truth student to know, to calm down, and in this perilous time, in this turbulent time, in this bad situation, I am looking for the divine, the good. And you will definitely find it, because you ask, you will receive, seek, you will find. Knock, whatever you do, there's a corresponding reaction. It's an action and reaction. For every action, there is a corresponding reaction. That is the work of the divine. The universe is waiting to bring to whatever you place in its hands to fruition. That's what it conspires to bring every good to us. That's what it does. But it does not work. It won't work if we just sit down and not take a step of faith. So we are saying that there is good in every and all places. Our work as true students is not just to see that good. When we see it, we embrace it. So as we look around this evening, I see the goodness in everything, in you listening, in you here. The divine is in each and every one. And that's why I like that greeting, Namaste. You're saluting the divine, the wholeness in you and in me and in everything. It's a reminder that you are divine. It's like, oh, you're trying to go forget yourself. Namaste, I'm saluting that divine that is in you, and it's also in me. So how do you walk this divine? So it's truly an expansive thing to know this, to realize that every single one of you are part of this divine activity. All of you are points of awareness in the mind of God. That we are all interconnected and all part of this divine activity. It's like a relay race. You do your part, you hand over to the next person. I mean, we're all connected. Your good will always have a ripple effect. Your prosperity will have a ripple effect on the people around you. You smile at me, I am happy. You tell me one good thing, I'm happy. And I tell the next person. I mean, we're all interconnected. Always. So that you are an embodiment of the divine, complete, whole, and lacking nothing. Nothing, nothing. Did you look at the mirror this morning? This Valentine's Day, did you look at your mirror this morning? What did you see? Did you acknowledge that divine looking at you? Did you bless the divine? Even with the weights, with the worries, with the work you have on your table to do. I think it's something we should make part of our activities. Look at yourself. Like we say every Thursday, like what you see, admire it. You are beautiful, you are gorgeous, you are victorious. You can do it again. Speak to that divine. It hears you. Our work as true students is always to see the good, and the next is to embrace it. Yes, you can see the good, and what happens seeing the good? Yeah, we've seen it. It's possible. Walk in that good. Swim in it. Live, move, and have your being in that good. That's what we are here for. We practice seeing the good. It's our practice. Those of us who embrace this teaching and actually committed to it, practice. You practice seeing the good. I'm above only. I'm never beneath. I tried it before, I did not get it. I'm trying it again, I'm practicing, I'm knowing that I have the totality of the backing of the universe with me. I am divine. The only way I can move is forward. Success is who I am. That is what defines me. That's why we call ourselves practitioners. Good is everywhere. In the quagmire, in the miry clay, there is good here, there. In the difficult circumstances, there is good. Always, always, always. There is good in every situation. I'm thinking about it. I remember sometime I lived in a place somewhere, and I didn't really like that place. I eventually moved out of that place. This wasn't in this country. And I got a job. And sometime I was going to work late. I was driving through. That place I lived that I didn't like, that I had to drive through that place and cut off the traffic. And it just occurred to me that life, that nothing just happens. There's always a reason for everything that happens. Do not take anything that happens to you for granted. It's an orchestration by the divine to bring you to where you are. There are no mistakes. You are divine beings having having a mundane life here. So our challenge is always to see the good all the time. It's not always easy. It's as Dr. Greg would say, work, 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 work. We work. It's a spiritual work. We are committed to doing it in this teaching. So as we tune in to our spiritual gatherings and lessons, you will begin to see it, because our gatherings will point you to this good. I know that's also happening to me, because prior to now, if I don't feel good about a thing, I just, okay, it's not working out this time around, nothing, it's a bad situation, I just go on with it. But now, in that situation, I begin now to, this may be something, an orchestration by the divine. There may be good in this, and I begin to look at the good. That's really a lesson that, each time I talk about it, I remember the eagle. Eagle never runs away from the challenge. It rather steps on the challenge to a greater height. So imagine us constantly seeing every situation that confronts us as an opportunity, an orchestration by the divine to bring us to the next level. Remember again that what you look for, you see. So if you're looking for the next level in that challenge, it will take you to the next level. But if you don't have your mind, your faculties tuned that good is in this, you will not see the good in it. You will only see what you have in your mind. And that is actually what we do in this teaching. It's practice to always look out for the good. I mean, it's always easier to see the good when things are rosy. So when things are not going the way you've planned it, what do you do? And we are telling you that there is good in that situation. And remember again that the universe's plan for you is to realize this good, expand, and to grow and to express it. We're in the express business. Express the good. You are good. Holmes said, suffering is not of God. We must learn to see life differently. So if something is not working out, it's not what the universe or God ordained for you. But again, it's a plan of the divine to bring you to where you are, where you want to go to. So we want to develop greater confidence, we want to have more faith and hope, and it will help us to create a much brighter life free from many attachments. So imagine a situation, you're going through a situation and you have faith, you have the hope, you have the belief that this is happening for my good. You know what that does to you within? You're calmer. And what happens when we are calmer? We're able to see clearly, we're able to think. We are able to go within. And we know the things that happen when you go within, when we center ourselves. It all starts with knowing that situations are not there to kill you or destroy you. When you come from that perspective and look out for the good, you're calm. You can even meditate. You center yourself and you're opening room for the fullness of the divine to take control. It's actually the work that we do. Like the need, of course, when this happens, we are not attached to everything. We let go of attachment, like the need to have things work a certain way. Sometimes we are just set in our ways oh, I've done it this way, this is the way I want it done, this is the way I want all my things done. You just set attached to a particular outcome. But maybe the divine is trying to direct you to a different way. We let go of these attachments. We are open. We are more expansive. And when we open up, we align with the universe, with the flow of the universe, and we know what happens when we align with the flow of the universe. Every good thing, abundance, grace, favor, health, power, love, good things come with that alignment. And we trust more in the process of life that's unfolding perfectly. I mean, we say these things without really taking note of the power in those words, the meaning of, we trust the process of life because it will unfold. The process of life can only unfold perfectly. The process of life can only unfold perfectly. When we begin to see it with our physical eyes, we see all the short thing. Oh, it's the slowdown, it's backing off here. No, but it's unfolding perfectly. The process of life unfolds perfectly. Always. So whatever that situation you are going through, you think it's not working out, it's actually working out. We just have to trust the process of life, that in every situation, only good can come out. Confess the good, declare the good, align with the good. That's what we do here. The process of life, the only thing it does is to unfold perfectly. For what? For your own good, for my own good. So the idea of seeing the divine in everything is a principle. Yeah, I learned that from Dr. Greg a little while ago. He likened it to having the mystic's eye, to sense love and the spiritual activity that resides within everyone. That's like having the mystic's eye. And then beyond that, one begins to understand this activity of folding in the world. You know, that eye is the eye of seeing things from a place of connection, of not just seeing the physical things happening. Yeah, you see the physical things, but when you are in tune with the universe, with that alignment, you know that everything, not some things, not a few things, everything is actually working out. Even if it's not always readily apparent, we come to understand every person we encounter, it's an embodiment of the divine. Even when they are not acting as we might think they ought to, they are where they are, and they are unfolding spiritually. We all are. We all are. We know there have been times in our lives where we wished we had done better. But, I mean, that happens often. Oh, I wish I did this in a different way. But you did the best you could then, and you've learned from it. Here is the thing, we have grown and we are continually growing. We are evolving in consciousness. Once we keep tuning in, learning these principles and practicing it, we are improving, we are getting better, we are evolving in consciousness. And we know that we are here to learn and grow. We want to release the need to be critical of ourselves. That is another thing that just holds us down. Criticize ourselves in a situation, oh, I should have done it this way, I missed it this way. And in this situation, it blurs us and we don't see the good in that situation. You might recall a lyric from the Beatles, let it be, let people be the way they are. You are unfolding perfectly. I am unfolding perfectly. And release the need to be critical of yourself and others. You have also heard the old expression, order is heaven's first law. That is the spiritual reality. Everything is in divine order, evolving, expanding. Whatever that is happening to you is in divine order. In this teaching, as Louise Hay often said, we can learn to trust the process of life. Is what we do. We learn every day. Okay, you miss it this day, don't beat yourself up. You keep learning, keep tuning in. One step after the other. We want to cultivate that mystic's eye to see life as a continuum of good unfolding. To see life, to see every situation as a continuum of good unfolding. It's good after good, good after good, good after good. Remember, what you look at for you find. It's good after good happening in every situation. In every situation. Is the lens that allows us to penetrate the cover-ups. Yeah, exactly. Things will seem bad. But when you have that lens, it's a bad situation on the surface. But you know only good will come out of it. And not just that you know, you're declaring that that good will come out. You're walking in that good. You're walking circumspectly, trusting that that good is coming forth. You're calling it forth. You're walking in the direction of the good, even in the bad situation. It's a lens of faith, it's a lens of infinite possibilities. It's one that does not hold grievances or grudges of any kind. Because we are letting go. You let go of any weight that will slow you down, anything that will make you turn back. You let it go. Because you want to be razor focused, looking for the good. And this is the slogan we always say: perfect place, perfect time, all the time. Perfect place, perfect time, all the time. It's getting into a place where we understand it all. Everything is perfectly unfolding. Perfectly, perfectly, perfectly. Again, like I said earlier, sometimes the divine essence may be concealed beneath pains, fear, difficult situations. And again, that's what we always gather to remind ourselves that it's about the work. Because it won't, like I said, be rosy all the time. We have to keep practicing, seeing the good all the time. We recognize that there are no mistakes or happenstances, but everything is infused with spirit or the divine working for our highest good. Imagine a simple flower flourishing, a gentle breeze caressing our face, or the sound of the flowing river. All are the divine in action. It's the presence. Remember, there's never an absence. Your thoughts, they're divine. We already know that those thoughts are powerful, they are creative. And again, our work is to see that good, to deeply know the good is there, and appreciate that oneness and the divine that is in everything. So there is the thing. The divine is not limited to grand moments. Yeah, because there are times where we'll have the great demonstrations, the grand activity. Obviously we know that this is the divine in action. The great demonstrations, the miracles and all that. It's not limited to that. The divine is in every and all existence, present in all activities, the ordinary, the everyday. Like I said earlier, that smile, you passed and you said good morning and smiled. That's the divine. That reminds me, there's a particular place I passed. A woman sells stuff in front of a store. And anytime I pass there, to the gym, the woman, if I say good morning, she will say, oh, my baby, good morning, good morning, good morning. For sincerely, because of that woman, I go to the gym often. And anytime I pass there, I go through her, pass through her and greet her. Oh, my baby, good morning, good morning. I look forward to that greeting. As I'm saying it, I'm feeling the divine again, the spirit. I look forward to her response. There was a time I passed there, she was not there. I had to go back and pass again because I wanted to hear those words. Oh, my baby, good morning, good morning. She doesn't know me. I never bought anything from her. But that is the divine in action. So don't take for granted those smiles that you give. The hello. It can heal, can do a lot of things. Remember, we live in it, we move in it, we have our being in it. It's in every conversation. It's in every encounter. Everything, the little things. Like they say, the little things are the things that matter. The woman doesn't obviously know the effect those her greetings have on me. Again, we're talking about seeing the good in everything, embracing the good. It's all around you. All around. All around. Much of the world is asleep. They do not realize they are spiritual beings interacting all the time with spirit. Every time, if you're sensitive to it, you would see this good. With this consciousness that we are connected to, that's the consciousness that animates everything. It's from source. Again, I say it's in it we live, we move, and we have our being. We know everything we do, every action, every task, every word is spiritual activity. If nothing we get from this lesson, let's just know that everything you do, those simple things, that call, or I just called to say hello, might just have woken a dead wood. That is love. That is spirit in action. There's a wonderful quote by William Blake that Reverend Greg from time to time comments. To see a world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wild flower. To hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. We are capable of this kind of seeing and knowing, as Blake so beautifully described. We, too, can see the universe in the palm of our hands, heaven in the wildflower. I can see God, the universe, manifest through you, manifest through your actions, manifest through the words that you say. That's why sometimes you say some things, you're just saying it because you're saying it, but you do not know you're affecting someone's life or healing someone's situations. So do not take granted what you say or what you do. You're a divine being having life here. So whether we are tending to a garden, crafting a masterpiece, or preparing a meal, we are creating a space where we can sense the presence, and it can be felt by all who encounter our creations. Every moment is filled with goodness. You know, we've had people talk about how they're taking care of their loved ones and all that. It's not always a pleasant thing when you see your loved ones not doing well. But if you know that you are a divine being and you're doing a divine assignment, you're encouraged to do more. That is the divine in action working through you. Every moment is filled with goodness if we allow ourselves to see it. That's another important thing. if we allow ourselves to see it, if we can calm down and center ourselves and come from that place of connection, we'll see the good in every situation. Louise once said, your thoughts are creative. It's a simple idea, but a powerful one. Your words also. What we see in the world often reflects what we feel within ourselves. So if we feel the love of the divinity within us, we see a world of mercy and love, of goodness and abundance. And if you see a different thing, then you manifest a different thing also. As true students, we are like the mystics of the old, committed to seeing the good that's unfolding in every situation. We must also be committed to letting go of prejudices, anger, and grievances. You know what just really occurred to me now is, it's happened to me before. When you want to buy a particular thing, say a car, all of a sudden you begin to see that brand of car showing for, because that's what you're looking for. So you begin to attract, you begin to see it. So whatever you want, begin to see it with your spirit's eye, from the mystic's eye, and you see it manifest. There's power for good in the universe greater than ourselves, and we can use it. The kingdom of God is at hand. Let's know that we're all part of this. We are one with it. Yeah, but sometimes we forget, and that's why we gather to remind ourselves of this truth. We have we have a lot of old tapes and all the ideas we want to relate. So we want to experience all the beauty that's really here. That's what we gather each time, to remind you that this good is everywhere, and you can see it, and you can embrace it, and you can manifest it. It's the work we do as practitioners. I'm going to go to the conclusion. Okay, in our lives, we are presented with opportunities always will be presented to us. And what happens with this teaching is that if we begin to walk in this truth, we are able to see those opportunities, and we are also able to tap into it. Because sometimes opportunities just come and we don't realize it. That's an opportunity that's come. But the universe will always orchestrate these circumstances. And we are here to remind you that these things are there, and to lay your hands and take hold of it. As we continue on our spiritual journey together, we remember that good and abundance are our birthrights, and the universe is always conspiring in our favor. That is your birthright. It's your birthright to have this good. That is what you are created for. So let's open our heart and minds to the infinite possibilities surrounding us, knowing that miracles abound when we align ourselves with the flow of the abundance. We'll see the good when we use that lens, the mystic's eye, we'll see it. And also to let you know that the good is everywhere. Good and good is everywhere. Even in that quagmire, there is good. So here is to embracing the abundance that the universe presents to us, to always see the good in every situation. I have two affirmations that I will read, and we'll go into a discussion. I embody divine goodness, complete and whole in every way. Today, I choose to see the goodness within myself and others, recognizing the inherent divinity that resides within us all. In every situation, I choose to see the good and embrace it fully. I trust in the benevolent plan of the universe, knowing that everything is infused with divine essence and working out for my highest good. Today, I open my heart to the abundance of goodness surrounding me, allowing miracles to unfold in every moment. And so it is.